I love it. Well, thank you for that wrap up. That was great. And just on the actual course itself, obviously conditions completely change the way the race can play out. But the course itself, you've seen it, you've done it. Any tips for the age groupers out there?
Oh, after watching last year, I remember being down and watching that swim and just how tough it was, and I had to walk away.
Yeah.
PJ and I were down there because we were doing some work for Ironman Live, and I said, PJ, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this year that they get nice conditions so that they can do a full 3.8k swim.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different for people like myself coming from Queensland is it's cold for us.
Yeah.
So even on a good day, even the first year when it was great, everyone was saying what great conditions. I was bloody freezing for the first couple of hours. And, I had to wear a jersey and arm warmers and a vest, so I was cold. So just be prepared for all conditions.
Yep.
And not just, all conditions throughout the day. In Melbourne, it chops and changes. You can start with a freezing cold morning, but end up with a 40-degree day for the run. So, if you haven't hydrated properly from the start and from the beginning of the bike, and all of a sudden you jump off the bike in 40 degrees, it's too late.
True. Yeah.
So I just think be prepared for all conditions, and I think then you'll be okay. It's not a super tough bike course unless it gets really windy.
Yeah. And also I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's flat, it's potentially a fast course as well, but because people can really get down in time trial, what can really make it hard is surging and having to pass those big packs, and that can make a hard bike.
Yep, really hard bike, and even though you might get away with it on the bike, you'll go to start that run, and if you've redlined it too many times during that bike ride, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt for the run pretty quickly. So keep to your own race plan. It's so difficult. I remember when I did it 2 years ago, it was so difficult. I was worried about the packs, I was worried about people around me instead of just concentrating on my own race strategy. And it did bug me, and it took me a good half marathon before I actually felt any good, because I had done so many surges and my body just wasn't used to doing it. So you really have to ride with the blinkers on, but then take opportunities as they present themselves as well, but within your means. So I'm not telling people to go out there and draft by any stretch of the imagination. It was, I hate that side of it, but you're going to be on a course with a lot of people, and inevitably packs are going to form, and so if you can use people up legally, then you do it. But the problem is people often mistake, when I say something like that, they think, use people up, I'll sit right on them, or I'll ride at 45k an hour, when in training I've only been averaging 30k an hour, and wonder why they run 5 hours. So it's got to be within your means. And if something feels too hard, then you get out of there. But all legal. 12 metres, I do believe.
No cheating. Say no to drafting.
No cheating.
So I think the best advice out of what you've just said is have a plan, absolutely, and try and stick to that plan, but prepare to be flexible with it because of changes.
It's a long day, and you need to be flexible, and also because you can do all the greatest preparation in the world, but sometimes your body it's just not your body's day, or it might take your body 2, 3, 4 hours before it starts to play nicely. That's Ironman. And it's the people that can keep their heads screwed on and keep it all together and keep calm and just sail through the lows, because eventually you will hit a high. And that's what makes it in the end, and that's why I love the sport of Ironman, because it's not just about who's the most talented out there on the day on swim, bike, run. It's who can hold their, excuse my French, shit together the longest. So that's the way you need to, especially with that race. I think.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Wise words from the Belinda Granger.
Thank you very much.